Hello and welcome to my weekly video cast. I'm Dr. Neil Hopkin, Executive Principal here at Fortes Education. Well, I don't know whether, like me, you are a fan of Eurovision. If you are, then you will have seen the pan-European and actually countries further afield than Europe competing in a singing competition, a music competition, just last weekend. It's run for many, many years. And my own particular country, the UK, is renowned for most years scoring the infamous 0 points, 0 points in the competition. However, it remains, and has done for many decades, a really popular global phenomenon that people from around the world, even if they don't have a country that's competing in it, tune in to watch. And actually some of the music is really good. However, that sort of public display of 0 points, that public display of where you are in the ranking of performance is something which is quite harrowing, I imagine, for the performers. Our children are entering a similar phase. Some of our children are taking examinations this summer and they will be ranked. We don't have the days when their grading is pasted up on a wall somewhere for them to look at anymore, thankfully, but nevertheless, these are high stakes. The students wait very anxiously across the summer to get their exam results and to see whether or not they've got grades that are high enough to be able to get them into the sixth form or into the university or career of their choice. It's something that you may recall from your own childhood, but it's certainly something that our children are going to be experiencing for the first time, and they do feel anxious about it. I don't know how you feel about ranking performance. I don't know whether you think it's a good idea educationally for every child to know what their position is in performance in the class. Some countries, some people with a certain heritage like that. That's something they've grown up with and the country is familiar with that. Other countries think that that's the worst possible thing that you can do to crush somebody's spirit. It feels great if you're number 1, perhaps not so great if you're number 20. And so maybe you fall somewhere on that spectrum of having a belief about that. But whatever you think, really what it amounts to is, how do we motivate our students, your children, so that they can perform their very best, and so that they also understand that they're performing not just in the small pool of water here in Dubai, but the whole global ocean against students from around the world. Of course, some students, some children, grow up feeling quite confident and then come in for a shock when they take the international examinations and find that actually there are lots of bright children around the world. Other children perhaps don't understand. Maybe they perhaps are 20th in their particular class of performance, but maybe we have the 20 brightest people on the planet in that particular subject. And so actually they really are an elite crowd. So the whole notion of grading people, putting people in a rank, is something which actually can be something debatable within your family. It might be a good time for you to talk about it with your children, whatever their age, to talk about how they know that they're good at things and what would they like to be better at, and where do they get their sense of value from? Is it through comparing themselves to others or just comparing themselves to themselves? There's a whole world there and probably no correct answer. But I certainly think for all of our children, it's a very good thing for us to be having free and open conversations at home where we think about, how do I know what I'm good at and what I want to work on, and how do I base my value on myself around that? So, happy conversations around the table before the examinations start. See you next week.